Ariana Grande explained her experience while working with Dan Snyder at Nickelodeon. A lot of people have been wondering why Ariana Grande hasn't spoke up, and she's finally breaking her silence on some of the horrible things that we've learned from the Quiet on Set documentary. She said she's now reprocessing everything that she went through as a child while working with Dan Snyder and Nickelodeon, and she said that they would often always push this humor envelope on the shows that she was on. She explained how they were told and convinced that this humor was making them different than every TV show out there, and she said she finally watched these old clips as an adult and was horrified by it. She said now as an adult she could process everything, and she could only imagine if she had a child and this child was being put through the same skits that she had to go through. She then went on to explain how all of these skits made by Dan Snyder would have to be approved by so many adults to actually be aired on Nickelodeon. And she explains now as an adult watching back on that, the fact that it got approved by so many adults is actually horrifying. And if that wasn't horrible enough, she said that the content that never got approved by Nickelodeon would actually make way onto their websites. So you're telling me if stuff like this and stuff like this were approved for Nickelodeon, I could only imagine what kind of content was not approved and put onto these children's websites at the time. Ariana Grande said that children need to be kept more safe while working in these environments, and the contract should actually say that parents can be around at any time, and they should also offer therapists to these children. But I'm going to go ahead and roll you guys this clip of everything that Ariana Grande had to say about Dan Snyder and Nickelodeon, and you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
I think we're reprocessing our relationship to it a little bit now. Speaking specifically about our show, I think that was something that we were convinced was like the cool thing about us, is that like we pushed the envelope with our humor, and the innuendos were like, we were told and convinced as well that it was like the cool differentiation. And I don't know, I think it just all happened so quickly, and now looking back on some of the clips, I'm like, that's damn, like really?
Yeah.
And
the
shit,
craziest-
like if my daughter, you know, sorry to,
no.
you know, I just, you think about it, it's like if I had a daughter, it's like, and
The craziest part of that is like how many people have to approve it. Like when you start working in
so
television,
many adults.
How many adults?
So many
45
adults.
adults at
no,
least.
so
So
many
many
adults
adults.
approved that. So that's it's like there's no spirit of responsibility towards children.
Right.
There's a spirit of like a bottom line, a
There
financial
is a bottom line.
You know,
There's a bottom line. And then the things that weren't approved for the network were snuck onto like our website or whatever it was. And that is another discovery. But going into it, I guess I'm upset. I'm reprocessing a lot of what the experience was like. You know, my, I think that the environment needs to be made safer if kids are going to be acting. And I think there should be therapists. I think there should be parents allowed to be wherever they want to be with some of the things that the survivors who've come forward. And there's not a word for how devastating that is to hear about. And so I think the environment just needs to be made a lot safer